5.2, looking at our U.S. customary units and our unit conversions. Start off with that bell ringer. Can you list 5 example of labels that come from our customary system or customary units?
Inches.
Okay, inches, feet, miles, yards.
Meters.
That's not a custom
I know.
one.
Kilograms.
There you go. Yeah.
Kilograms. Grams.
Pounds, tons is considered U.S. customary. Yep. So those are the, again, customary units. And then what are the other ones that we have?
Miles per hour.
Miles per hour, which that's a rate, but it's still customary. About the metric system.
Meters,
kilograms.
millimeters, kilometers.
There you go.
Kilograms, milligrams.
Okay,
Yep.
you nerd.
Yep. He remembered. There we go.
Hectors.
Yeah, so we got the metric system. Okay, powers of 10, you guys were starting to figure that out the other day. So today's focus just on the U.S. customary system. So those ones that we probably know a little bit better. But because there are a great many units available for writing the same quantity, it's necessary that you be able to convert a given measure from one unit to another. There's a time when we're going to be using inches, and then there's a time where we don't want to be using inches, right? Maybe we want to use a bigger unit like miles, okay, and so forth. So a couple to keep in mind, 1 mile is equal to 1,760 yards, okay? Might be used for a traffic engineer. 5,280 feet, maybe a landscape architect is going to use that one. Science project, maybe we want to get a little bit more accurate, so we're going to say that's equivalent to 63,360 inches. Rods, all right, this one's probably new. Has anybody heard of rods? Nope. That's kind of a new one. We don't use this one a lot, but 1 mile is equal to 320 rods. So make sure you make note of that one. And then we also got this one called furlongs. Okay. Used for a horse racing fan. Okay. 1 mile is equal to 8 furlongs. Let's kind of put that in perspective. A furlong. How many laps is it around the track to make 1 mile? 4. So if 1 mile is 8 furlongs, how long is a furlong in terms of the track?
200 meters.
Yeah. Yes, true statement. Halfway around the track, right? Halfway around the track is equivalent to 1 furlong. So now you got kind of a rough idea. Yeah. 1 mile is equal to 8 furlongs.
Yeah.
We said that 4 laps is equal to 8 miles. 4 laps around the track, right? Is equal to 1 mile.
Yeah.
So 8 furlongs means that a half a lap is 1 furlong. So 1 furlong is equivalent to half a lap. So now you got kind of an idea as what a furlong is. Here we go. Just some of the basic conversion factors. Yes, I've given all these to you, but hopefully you can recognize some of these. 1 foot is going to be equal to 12 inches. 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. If we times that by 12, we get 36 inches. 1 rod, here you go. This is kind of the new one of the day. 1 rod is going to be equal to 16.5 feet. Again, not a perfect one, but it does work. And then 1 mile is 5,280 feet. If we divide that by 3 and figure out yards, we will get 1,760 yards. Let's go to weight. Weight doesn't have as many in our U.S. customary. We start off with pounds and ounces, ounces being the smallest. Okay. Babies, when they're born, you know, so many pounds, so many ounces, right? So pounds and ounces. And then when we get into some bigger things, maybe like animals, start talking about tons. 1 ton is equal to 2,000 pounds. Liquid capacities, started talking about these the other day. 3 teaspoons is going to be equivalent to 1 tablespoon. So yeah, teaspoons is the smaller amount. Tablespoons are bigger. 3 of those teaspoons to make 1 tablespoon. 1 fluid ounce is equal to 2 capital T. What's capital T represent again?
Tablespoon.
Tablespoons. Yep. So they'll use capital T and lowercase t. If you ever get into like the recipes and whatnot, and you see 2 capital T or 2 lowercase t, that's tablespoons versus teaspoons, right, Tristan?
What?
Yeah.
Just say yep.
1 measuring cup is equal to 8 fluid ounces. 1 pint, 2 cups, which then is 16. Talked about these the other day. 1 quart is 2 pints, but then 4 quarts will get us our gallon. So it's a lot of 1 to 2, 1 to 2, and then the last one, the quarts to gallons, is 4 quarts to 1 gallon. All right, so maybe you can help recall those that way. Keep this page in your notes. It's going to be very, very helpful to go back to. I can tell you that. Yes, I will be giving a lot of those to you. If you can memorize the majority of them, I think it's going to make life a lot easier for you. So I'm hopeful that, through the GIM kits and everything, we'll slowly start to get them memorized. So using the unity fraction method, you can solve any unit conversion problem quickly without any chance of error. The unity fractions, which is what they call it, are fractions based on conversions. Like 1 yard is equivalent to 3 feet, and 3 feet is equivalent to 1 yard are considered unity fractions. So every textbook or every teacher's got their own way of saying it or writing it. I know I had a professor that used the railroad method. It's at the end of the day, it's all the same. So I'm gonna kind of explain how I go about it, and then maybe you can share your thoughts on how you do it. 6.25 feet. I'm going to start by putting the given information over 1. And now I know I need to multiply it by something. We are going from feet to inches. How many inches are in a foot?
12.
And where does the inches label go?
On top.
It is going to go on top. Couple of reasons. Number 1 is because it's what we want to get into. The second reason, we need the feet labels to cancel out. So if this feet label's on top, then this one's got to be down below. So if we wanted to, we can see it. Yep, there they are. They're canceled. Now we're in our inches. What goes up in the numerator here?
12.
And down below?
1.
It's been lagging. It starts glitching out.
It has. It is lagging. Huh.
It does that every time you film with that.
Just let it run. It'll be okay.
It'll catch up after 30 or 45 seconds.
Problem is, it isn't showing my work.
It will. Pretty sure.
No, it usually doesn't. It did it earlier. It went from 6 minutes and 4 seconds to 7 minutes.